Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the propaganda machine. This is the preview for our first Champions League game, Arsenal away at Atalanta. And we'll start with the team news. So Martin Odegaard has been ruled out for a number of weeks. It's been confirmed by Mikel Arteta in yesterday's press conference. It might be up to 2 months. So that's finally been confirmed. Merino, Tomiyasu, and Zinchenko all are unavailable for this game. So with that in mind, this is the team that I would play for the match. We have David Raya in goal, Ben White right back, the usual centre back pair of Gabriel and Saliba. Then this is the first change in the back line. I would play Kivior because Urian Timber, he's just back from an injury and right now he started so well. I wouldn't want to risk any further aggravation to that injury. He can probably get the last 30 minutes in this game or so, but to begin, he can't start this game. That wouldn't be the wisest of ideas because we have a massive game on the weekend. The midfield, Jorginho and Declan Rice. Declan Rice will come back in. Ethan Nwaneri. I believe we have to start him. It's about time. Can the boy start? He made a little nice cameo appearance against Tottenham. Dropped the shoulder. Everyone's going crazy. So hopefully he can start this game. And with the front line, I would play Trossard, Jesus up front, and Sterling on the right to get his first start. So let me know what you think of that team. Is it strong enough to beat Atalanta? Do you think we should go with the same team, knowing that we have the biggest game of the season so far against Man City, and it's probably going to be the hardest game of the season because we don't get results there. There and Anfield are very tricky fixtures. So we'll go into a couple of talking points from this game. Atalanta, they go with a man-for-man system. And as we saw previously, they blew away Liverpool last season in the Europa League 3-0 at Anfield. It was an absolute beating and Liverpool just couldn't handle it. Atalanta went man for man and got the better of them. So the first thing in this game that we need to do is be physical. All the players that start, they need to give it 100%. You cannot leave anything to chance. You can't leave anything out there on the pitch. You are going to have to go and put 100% in. There's no point in taking your foot off the gas unless we have a 3-goal lead or 2-goal lead and we get to the last 10 minutes. But one thing I know, they are going to bring the intensity. And we also saw they beat Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League final. So they're a very good side. Don't let results from this season fool you. From their 5 fixtures this season, they lost the Super Cup to Real Madrid. That was 2-0. But even in that game, they did look alright, if I remember. For memory serves me right, it took until the second half for Real Madrid to get into the game. The first game of the season, they beat Lecce 4-0. Next game, they lost 2-1 against Torino. Then they got battered 4-0 by Inter. And they beat Fiorentina 3-2. From the looks of it, they've played 3 games away from home. And yeah, I don't know why that was. They played 3 games away from home in a row. And then, yeah, to beat Fiorentina at home. So it's a bit of a mixed bag with Atalanta. Two wins and two defeats, and then that's in the league. So they're sitting in ninth position in the league. So they haven't made the best start, but you can tell they got goals in them. And one player that we have to watch out for is Ademola Lookman, hat-trick scorer in the Europa League final. He is on fire, and we were looking at him. So if those reports are true, he's gonna wanna make a name for himself. He's gonna want to show to the Arsenal scouting department why we should have signed him and not gone for Raheem Sterling. So far he's got one goal and one assist, but you know it's not just all about goals and assists with him. He makes a difference. Ben White, if he's playing right back, that could be a long day at the office because we saw Son was doing things to Ben White, but he just didn't have the pace to get away. I think there was one instant in the first half he dropped the shoulder, sent Ben White, he turned his back on the play. So he's not really started the season off the best. That just means that this is going to be the game for him to step up. Ideally, I would have played Yuri and Timber at right back, but I don't want any further injuries. Hell no. He's probably been, you could argue, nah, Gabriel. I don't know who's been our best defender, really. You could argue it's been Timber. You can argue Gabriel. You can argue Saliba. Any one of the three, you can say they've been our best defender this season because the other two, they kind of made mistakes leading to goals and, well, one goal. But the main thing from this game is that we don't want no injuries. We saw Kevin De Bruyne last night. He had to come off limped off, so we don't know if he's gonna be available for that game. So the main thing is no injuries. That is why Thomas Partey, he certainly won't be playing this game. I would not start him in this game. There's no chance. Like I always tell people, he misses 17 games on average per season. And with the news that Odegaard might be out for a few months, we can't afford any more players missing from our starting lineup or our squad. Hell no. We need him and Jorginho fit. So the best thing to do is not play both of them in any games moving forward. It's one or the other. There's no way we can risk it because we are down to the bare bones, and I don't know how long Merino will be out for. I don't know who's gonna come back, either him or Odegaard, and that's why I will bring in Rice and Nwaneri. Nwaneri, let the boy start. I don't know why we're reluctant to let him start. And Miles Lewis Skelly probably needs some minutes in this game as well, whether that is at left back or at the left 8 position. Whether it's 75 minutes, get Rice off and put him on. These games, they're gonna have to be kind of like results based but also experimental because it's early on in the season and we don't know who we can rely on. And how we gonna know if we don't give the kids a chance? They've been promoted to the first team, so surely we can give them the opportunity to play minutes. Calafiori, he's back. I would have started him, but I don't know how fit he is. I won't be surprised if he starts. But either way, him or Kivior, just start one of them. Just don't play Timber, please don't start Kimber. And the last talking points will be the forward line. I mentioned Havertz needs a rest, but I don't know if Arteta will rest him. But I'd like to see Jesus and Sterling both start this game. both of them should start this game. Sterling, we need to see what he can bring. And Jesus' record in the Champions League is phenomenal. So I definitely give them a chance. Martinelli, he has to hold bench, and I'd make sure that he holds bench against Man City. Because although his work off the ball is phenomenal, but we're gonna need someone clinical, and the form he's showing, he can't be trusted to start games. He can't be trusted. The last 30 minutes is where he should play. And last season, he made the difference for us. The last 20 minutes, he came on and he won us the game against Man City. Could lightning strike twice? Possibly. I'm not fully writing him off, but I think that he just needs to reevaluate his performances and try and get his form back. And he should start the game next week against Bolton, because that should be a confidence booster. You saw with Man United, Anthony scoring 2 goals, Rashford scoring 2 goals against, who was it? Barnsley. Barnsley, I'm sure they're a better team than Bolton. So yeah, let's get the confidence booster in that Bolton game. So now we'll go into the score predictions. I'm predicting a tight and close affair, but 2-1 to Arsenal. Goals from Sterling and Jesus. Come on, you Gunners. So that's my take on the game. What do you think? Who would you start? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. Love, people.